up Harris. He's like, hey, Harris, what's wrong, man? He's like, I'm pissed off. My dad just erased all my shows from the DVR. Guess I'm not going to find out what happened on Las Vegas this week. He's a little pudgy, and I think that's awesome, because there's not many Indian kids that are a little chubby. You know, it's mostly like small and skinny guys like me, but every now and then you see a little pudgy one, and it's awesome. It's a rarity. It's like seeing a shooting star, only it's fat, brown, and on the ground. The other day, he IMs me, he's like, have you ever heard of Kanye West? This guy's awesome. That song Amazing? It's amazing. And I happen to know Kanye, so, you know, I just copied his IMs and emailed it to Kanye. And then Kanye was like, wow, new fans, yay!
Yeah,
More people annoying me. And so I showed that to Darwish, and then a little bit later, Darwish starts eyeing me, and he's really angry. And he's eyeing me in all caps. He's like, Aziz, have you ever heard the Kanye West song, Flashing Lights? It's a rip-off of a Neo song. Kanye stole that beat. And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah. And he goes, what's Kanye's email? And I'm like, are you gonna email him? He's like, I don't know, it's pretty messed up. No, that song came out afterwards.
Oh.
Randy, Randy, Randy. And he just walked off. You know, there was an interview with him on BET, right? And the guy doing the interview was a guy like me, you know, a huge fan of R. Kelly, hopes he really is innocent of those terrible things he was accused of. So the first question the guy asked is like, so Robert, are you attracted to teenage girls? Now, if you're R. Kelly, that's easy, right? All you gotta do is be like, no, not at all. No, no, no. That's all you gotta do, right? That's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
That is not what R. Kelly does.
What did R do?
R. Kelly goes, define teenage. Literally the worst answer. The only worst answer would have been if he just went, yeah. I went to see an R. Kelly concert, and it was incredible. It's stuff like I've never seen before, okay? So one part of the show, he starts having sex with an invisible woman. No one's there. You just see the pantomiming, so it's like taking off her blouse. And whenever he does a spotlight shoots out of his crotch and then goes over the whole crowd like his stuff's getting on the whole crowd. And then the spotlight hits a screen and the screen explodes. And I was just like, whoa, you will never see something like that at a Radiohead concert.
No.
Show, right? He stopped everything, and he goes to the audience and he starts talking to them. And what's great about that is R. Kelly does not talk like you and I talk. He talks like R. Kelly talks. Mm-hmm. And so he goes to the audience, he's like, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know the name of this building, but the people that run this building, they said Robert. They said Robert. They said Robert. You've been only doing your show for 20 minutes and it's already getting too freaky tonight. They said Robert. They said mother flippin' Robert. There will be no touching of yourself in this area tonight. Do you want to know what I told them? I said, L.A., do you want to know what I told them?
Yeah.
I said, L.A., do you want to know what I said to these people when they said that to me? Do you want to know what I told them? I said, I'm a grown-ass man. And I can do whatever the heck I want tonight. L.A., can I do my show? And everyone's like, hell yeah, I don't know what this is.
Gave me a picture.
I brought a photo of Scared Boy. I think you get the picture once you see what he looks like, what he's all about. Scared Boy is the non-Asian man in the photo, and
This is an Australian?
yeah, and Scared Boy is just like really hyped up and like gets the crowd really riled up. And so he was like, I'm doing a show tonight, you definitely gotta come, it's gonna be crazy, bring a mattress. And I was like, did he just say bring a mattress? I am definitely going to this party. Diplo's behind him, DJ, and then Scared Boy's like, looking at the crowd like, all right, y'all, we're gonna do this new dance. It's called delete them. You point and you delete them. Delete them. Delete them. Delete them. I was like, you just deleted everyone at the party. And, you know, the trainer's always telling me things like that I don't want to hear. Like, she was like, Aziz, there's this new study that came out. It said that any food you eat after 11 o'clock p.m. goes straight to your belly. So you got to cut out those late-night meals. Yeah. And I was like, oh, well, you know, there's another study I heard about that said if you have a lot of alcohol in your system and you eat a quesadilla at 3 in the morning, it's delicious. Mm-hmm. So,
oh, that's delicious, yeah.
If you're over 50, make sure you get a colonoscopy.
Mm-hmm. So, good advice.
I was hanging out with some friends, and there was this guy in the bar behind me, and I just heard him go, Rodney, Rodney, Rodney.
Close.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, let me just go, you know, say thank you very much and, you know, tell him it's actually Randy. So I turn around to tell this guy, I'm like, hey, thank you very much. I think you mean Randy, though, right? And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm trying to get my friend Rodney over there. Oh. That's when you feel like a huge jerk, you know, like, oh, you must know me from the movies.
Yeah. That kind of stuff happen a lot where there's a miscommunication with things like that?
Yeah, you know, the most embarrassing thing is one time I was in Montreal, I was hanging out, and this very beautiful woman came up to me and was like, hey, can you take a photo? And I was like, yeah, and I got the camera, I was like, what's up? And she's like, what are you doing? I want you to take a photo of me and my friend. And I was like, oh.
It's lousy.
Whoops.
I see here, one of your buddies is Kanye West. Is that true? Good? Is that good?
One night he calls me up, he's like, hey, come down to this nightclub. And so I grabbed my friend Jason, who's another guy that looks like he does not belong in a hip-hop nightclub. Mm-hmm. And we head there, and we go in, and, like, you know, he's sitting there at a table with, like, Jay-Z and, like, all these models. Yeah, and, like, we just don't belong. Like, if you had a photo of that table, you'd be like, who photoshopped those two little chubby guys in the corner? It's like they're just so cool. Like, Jay-Z was sitting there drinking vodka he makes. Like, you know how baller that is? Jay-Z signed the tab, and money went back into his own pocket. He's like, you're crazy for this one, Jay. So we're hanging out at this club, and the club's starting to close down, and Kanye's like, hey, you know, we're going to have some people over at the house. You should come down. And I was like, all right, that'll be even crazier than this is. Yeah. So I will go. And I'm one of the first people to get there, and I walk into his house, and I hear 808s and Heartbreak playing, which is his album. And I walk in, and he's just sitting in his living room, just like bobbing his head, like, bum, bum, bum. And I was like, hey, Kanye, are you sitting in your own house, bobbing your own head to your own music? And he goes, yeah, these beats are dope.
Yeah. Well, good for him, by God.
And I was like, well, you know what that'd be like if you came over to my house and I had my stand-up album on, and I was like, ha ha ha, these jokes are dope.
Same thing.